Hi YouTube, it's Angela. How are we this week? There's a lot of stabilizing energy coming through this week now with the new moon in Taurus and Mercury heading direct in the sign of Taurus. There's a sort of a grounded energy that we can tap into if we choose to, right? If you look at the reading I did with Pause at the Well on Monday, this is that theme. It's like finding that groundedness. We've been through a lot this last few months, right? And especially in May, or starting the mid-April, we've had the 2 eclipses, the 5-5 portal. There's all this change, shifting coming through. And now it's time to take all of that sort of chaotic energy that we've been through and find a space to ground in. And then we lead into this reading, which is a creator sort of energy. And it's okay, now that we're finding a more grounded vibration here, what do I want to do with it, right? We're creating sort of a clearing so that we can create from there. If we want to create from that chaotic energy, that's a little, the result is a little different, right? It's the vibration you're in when you're setting intentions to go forward is kind of what you carry with you, unless you clear it. So that's what this reading's for. We start out with silence. This is that ability or that need to really sit in the moment and be with what is, be with all that is. And if you notice that full moon there is in that figure's third eye. So it's really connecting to sort of the vast amount of energy in the collective that we have available to us and allowing it to sort of circulate around us. And then we get to select what it is we want to carry with us going forward. But like I said, if you're selecting these intentions from a chaotic vibration, you're going to kind of get more of that. So take the time out to clear and be silent. And then I pulled this card called the Stillness in the Flame. This is talking about like in the eye of a storm, right? There's stillness in the center. And, your eye, the eye of your body and spirit is always there as well. The flame is always there. And if it's a still flame, that means, you've created sort of an energetic space within you that is your safe zone, that is that place where you can go for your quiet, you can go for the solitude, the clarity, the intention, and it rests there within you. And if you can tap into that, through being silent, and tap into that and find that stillness that's within you, that's the energy you want to create from, right? That's where we go forward from. Underneath that card, I pulled the Source, which is the same, almost the same thing, right? This is that seat of who you are. This is that space within you that from which all your creations come, right? If it's clouded, like I said, by competing thoughts or doubts or fears or just too much chaos, we don't always access it as fully. We don't always access the clarity that really is there within us as readily. So, but it's there, and through our grounding techniques and our intention, we can tap into that and be with that as we begin to move forward in this next phase for ourselves. And when I say move forward, this is intentions that you've set. This is your own soul development, that next level that you're reaching, actual tangible projects in your world, whatever it is that you are creating, right? Make sure it starts from that safe space of clarity that's within you. This is good because I moved again to the intuition, right? We started out there with allowing all of the light in through our third eye and allowing us to tap into that center of us. And then I pulled Inner Voice again. This card has a lot of third eye vibration here. It's, this figure in the center has another figure in its third eye. And then the crown of this figure is sort of a open receptacle for the energy to flow through from spirit. There's a lot of, and then look at that, the emotions, the water down there at the bottom. So this is your entire being able to be guided by your intuition, by your inner self, by that source. And then I pulled, the next thing I pulled, so now this is really when it starts getting cool, because you've established this sort of open playing field, however it is you want to see it. I kind of see it as a clearing. Like if there's a forest and then you have a meadow that's a clearing in the middle of it, that's within you, right? That the eye of your storm, that's that clearing. Once you've established that energy and there's space to breathe in there, and there's you've integrated, your trust and your focus and your openness, the receptivity to what's to come. Once you've established that in there, now the change is going to start coming, because the change is always going, right? It's always happening. And in the Zen Tarot, the change is depicted by that wheel. This is the wheel that is spinning in the air and not really ever stopping. It's going. But remember, what rests in the center is that see that yin yang symbol, and that is your source. That is that energy that's in the center of you. And so this is what you start to tap into once you've made that clearing within you. Remember, this is all energetic. This is not, a physical manifestation of anything. This is all energetic. But once you've created that clearing, now you can allow for all the shifts and all the changes and all the new ideas to start flowing around you. And you could either welcome them in or let them pass by, because if you want to make sure that you're open enough to recognize those shifts or that next step that you want to take that is aligned with where you are now. So the change card is important. Then I pulled the fans, and this is kind of, now we had that inner stillness, that inner flame. Now you get to activate it. Now you're fanning the flames, right? You get to tap into that life force and that vitality that you have within you. And it can easily be generated with positive thinking, clear intention, even just energetic, just visualization energetically of fanning those flames, getting ready, preparing for the creation, preparing for your next step, the next evolution of who you are. I love this because all this work is inner, but it will show up in your life. It will show up somehow in your external world, whether it's with the way you communicate with others, the way you cultivate your friendships or your love relationships, your career, your projects, literally creating, if you're preparing to give birth. There's so many ways this can be applied, but it's all starting from within you. It's all happening from within your own being. The card after fanning the flames. So now we're like energizing what it is and really focusing on our intention and where we want to, the road that we want to, the path that we want to start, begin down. Now we're fanning the flames and creating the momentum toward it. And I pulled breakthrough. This is like the perfect placement for this card. Is after the stillness and the settling and the clarity and the thought and the intuition, now it's moving. Now we're really busting forward, right? And that breakthrough is really kind of happening in the solar plex, in the third chakra, that space of your own self-empowerment, which is also where your source lies. So it's a matter of, I can have a breakthrough at any given time, but if it's coming from like a mental intention or mental chaos, and I got to get this done, it's a little different than really generating it from this space deep within you and allowing it to come forth. So I love the placement of this card because it comes after we've created this clearing within us and paid attention to the energies around us. And then our final card here, this is after, all this work, we've dug it out, we've fanned the flames, we're moving toward, and I got new vision. Now this is aim your sights as high and wide and far as you want. This is your your destiny. You're manifesting it in that way. Now this whole spread, right? We can take this whole cycle, tap into the stillness, be silent, tap into your stillness, connect to source, use your intuition, watch the change occur around you, find which road you want to latch onto, activate your energy, fan the flames, have the breakthrough, and then point yourself toward that new thing. You can do this same thing over and over for whatever it is you want to create. It can be in rapid cycles. You could do this daily. You could do this, quarterly or, seasonally, or however the flow feels for you. But the path of it, the way these cards came out and lined up is just, it's kind of perfect. I really love that this reading came up in this way. We have the power within us at all times to manifest and generate new growth, whether it be, like we said, spiritually, on a soul level, grow through our vibration, or something that's outside of us and that we're really trying to create, and something tangible. But this path and the order of these cards, I don't think it could have come out any better. So I love this. I hope you all enjoy your week. I hope you begin it with some grounding, as in, if you look for that video, I posted it before this one with Maria, and we talked about the importance of grounding, especially at this time with all that Taurus energy. And from there, it's create time. And here we go. I love it so much. Okay. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and I'll see you soon.